What is up, people? What is up, heathens? What is up, Legion? Rev Avi here, checking in live for the Magic Quarantine Talk. What's going on, guys? I am here. It's Friday, and we're going to do our usual. We're going to talk about magic and the occult and all that stuff we like so much. Psychology and all the hidden, interesting topics that we're all studying and stuff at home, right? So what's up? I'm going to give people a few minutes to check in, okay, to get here. I'm trying to adjust my camera, sorry. To get here, and then we'll get started, okay? We'll jump in. Tonight, we're going to talk about dream interpretation, okay? I do have a topic tonight, thanks to Rhino. Well, there he is. Thanks, dude. Tonight, we're going to talk about dream interpretation, okay? And the connection to the occult and esoterics or magic and psychology, okay? So that's going to be our topic for tonight. So I'll give people a few minutes to get here like I always do, and then we'll jump right into this thing, okay? What's up, Martha? Hang on. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, I hope everybody had a good week, and I feel like I was very productive this week. I hope everybody feels productive and like they're accomplishing things out there. So yeah, of course, if you're friends with members in the group, guys, please tag them so we can get them on this live. If you're watching this on YouTube, okay, please please subscribe, guys. Drop a comment, link up with us so you can see what we're all about. Pop onto our website if you haven't been there yet. It's demonism.org, okay? And check out what we're doing. Check out what we're up to and jump into this process of learning with us, okay? We're always seeking to grow. So cool. Awesome. I'll wait just a little bit longer because last time I started, I was halfway through the convo and people were jumping in like, what are we talking about? So I'll take just a few minutes. I won't get so antsy with starting this time. All right. But yeah, tonight we're going to talk about dream interpretation, and we're going to talk about the connection to psychology and occult study. Okay, and specifically the interpreting dreams part of it. Okay, we're going to connect all that together for you tonight. So I'm seeing about 5 people on here. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so what's up, everyone? Let's just jump right in. So this was a topic that was suggested by Rhino, which was dream interpretation. And then I was thinking, well, if you're going to interpret dreams, if you're going to do any type of psychic interpretation or anything in the realms of anything psychic, right? Or trying to deal with the mind, then we're going to have to look at psychology, okay? So let's try to make sense of this. When we're talking about interpreting a dream, if you're looking at the different elements, then there's a couple different ways I like to break it down to try to understand what's happening in the dream, inside the dream, and why that might be happening, okay? So from my understanding of this, what you need to do, I'm sorry, I'm trying to turn my camera so the light doesn't reflect off my computer screen, sorry. So what I like to do is I break this down into various categories of understanding. So for instance, I break it into colors. I'm looking for colors because colors can represent specific things, and also that relates directly to the chakras, okay? So I try to keep everything connected in my understanding. So I usually look for colors, okay? We're gonna look for symbols, okay, different types of symbols that might appear. That could be anything from an animal to a person, a shape, anything like that. Any type of symbol that sticks out to you in your dream. You want to pay attention to that, okay? I like to pay attention to numbers, which is just tremendous. If you do study magic and stuff like that, numerology is tremendous and connects everything. So always pay attention to the amount of things that appear, or how many times something occurs and stuff like that. Numbers are very important. Okay, so we got colors, symbols, numbers, right? The other thing I like to pay attention to is characters, okay? The characters inside the dream. Now, this can change up. It can be, dreams can happen in a few different ways, okay? As far as the perceiver of the dream is concerned. So, for instance, you can have a dream where you're having a first-person experience. So you're actually a character that's in the dream and it's happening to you, okay? You can also have a third-person experience where you're not even a character in the dream. You're just there as an experiencer, meaning that you're not actually part of what's happening. You're just seeing it, okay, or you're just there watching this sort of play out in front of you. Okay, so that's another way that it can happen. The other thing that can happen in a dream is you can be something or someone else. Okay, so your entire character can change in the dream world. So characters are super important. So those four things. Okay, and I was gonna go and do five, but I'm just gonna break it down to four because there's honestly a lot of different aspects of this. But we're just gonna keep it at four to keep it basic, to give you a basic structure so you can start to interpret your own dreams. Okay, so we're gonna be looking for colors, symbols. Okay, colors, symbols, numbers, and characters. All right, those are the four things we're gonna be looking for. Now, what we want to start to do with this process is attach certain aspects to what we're perceiving in the dreams. So usually for me, we're starting with colors here. Usually for me, if I see something like the color red, that's usually an immediate stop or something negative, or it can tell me that to be alert that something is up ahead. Okay, it doesn't always have to be something negative. It can be a alert sign. Like stop signs prevent you from going into the intersection and having a T-bone crash, right? So the red light is an alert signal, or the red color is an alert signal for me. Whereas if I'm seeing things that are green, okay, or blue, that's very calming for me, okay? And then if I start to see things in a shade of, and we're talking about in relation to the chakras also. So if you know what those different things represent, this will be a lot easier for you. So if we're talking about things that are green and blue, those are very calming for me, which is in the heart chakra area. Okay, whereas red is closer to the root chakra, so it does put you on alert. Okay. And moving up, if you start to see things that are more in that purple shade, right? To me, those types of things are instinctual or intuitional messages. Okay, so these are things that are coming. Well, all of the dream is coming from your mind, but this is something specific that my mind wants to point out to me. I should be remembering it. It's important. Okay, purple is always really, really important. So I relate everything to the colors of the chakras, right? And then we start to be able to piece this this little mystery puzzle of what's happening in dreams, or how to interpret dreams together. Okay, so we've done the colors. Next thing we're looking for is symbols. What kind of symbols are you seeing in the dream? Are they symbols, and not specifically like, oh, I'm seeing just this specific shape, or a sigil, or something like that, or sacred geometry, or something like that. While those things can occur, okay, and I mean, they will have the same meaning when they happen in your dreams, of course. We're talking about something that has meaning for you, symbols that have meanings for you. So, for instance, maybe you have a specific like teddy bear or something from when you were a kid that pops up in your dream. Okay, we're talking about specific symbols. Maybe it's a certain person that does something that just doesn't make sense, and that thing is a symbol to try to tell you something. Okay, symbols can be pretty much anything. This is the message that your subconscious mind is trying to get across to you. That's usually what the symbols represent. Okay, so this can be people. These can the symbols can be situations. It can be anything that transpires in the dream that has significance. Okay, we're going to consider that the symbol. So for me, some of the symbols I've perceived in the dream world have been things like license plates, okay, billboard signs. Usually when I go to write something down, words scramble in my dream world. I don't know how it is for everyone else, but words scramble in my dream world. So for instance, I'll look at a license plate, and if I double back or something like that, or anything with writing on it, if I double back, the writing will usually change into a message that says something to me. Okay, or is a symbol or something that says something to me. And this doesn't matter if it's a license plate, a book, my sign, anything with writing on it in the dream world does that for me. Okay, so that's what I mean by like the symbols, the message. What is it trying to get across? Okay, the third thing we're looking for. Okay, we've done colors, we've done symbols. Next thing we're looking for is numbers. Okay. Now, with numbers, we're trying to see if things repeat. We're looking to see if things repeat, how many times they repeat, and then we'll be able to connect that to the various meanings of numerology. So those of you that get involved with numerology, or even if you don't know about it, basically it's the idea of attaching a different emotional state or you know, feeling state with various numbers, right? And so with that in mind, we'll be able to see what that message is that's trying to come through if something keeps getting repeated. So, for instance, one thing that happened to me a lot when I was younger is I would have this recurring dream of flying, but instead of being able to consciously control it, which is normally the situation, I would fly up and be at about the height of a skyscraper and then figure out that I forgot how to fly and start falling. Okay. And this happened to me when I was a lot younger, but I had this dream literally 6 times. Okay, 6 times. And I was like, why? Why do I keep having this dream of like flying up to this, like by this skyscraper, and then just falling? Like I forget how to fly all of a sudden. And I'm like, no, you know. And it was really a crazy dream, and it was super realistic. But what I figured out is that 6 is the number of vibration, right? So since 6 is the number of vibration, what was happening is I was having this issue of doubt where I was raising my energy and I was getting into the astro and I had all this feeling of tapping into my life force. But then on the other side of me, I had a lot of religious family and stuff like that. So I had this little, you know, that pink elephant in the room, like, you know, what if this doesn't work the way that you think it does? And you get out there and you fall, you know, or you can't fly or something goes wrong. And that's what it was the doubt bug recurring. And so the way for me to surpass this was to raise my vibration. So I couldn't figure out why. Okay, I couldn't get to the next level, to the being able to do this stuff consciously, to the tapping into everything. Okay, when I was younger, I wasn't as awake and aware as I am now. So I was in the process of learning this stuff, of doubting stuff, of just being, you know, having big gonads and I'm gonna go out here and conjure the devil in the dark, you know. And back in that stage, it's like you got all this fear and shame and doubt and all this crazy stuff going on from RTS, okay, religious trauma syndrome. And so that's what we're working to treat here, right? And so with all of that stuff going on, this shit transfers directly into your dreams, okay? Your subconscious mind is going to be trying to heal. Your body's always trying to heal, okay? You have to understand that it's an intelligent mind also. So if something's wrong, okay, if you get injured, you're gonna, your body's gonna start to go through the process of trying to heal itself. And so that's where dreams come in, right? That's where the psychology comes in. So now this is your subconscious's mind's way of saying, hey, something is wrong here. This is, you know, this is really fucking us up, man. We gotta work on this. Okay, we gotta figure something out. Either you're gonna fly or you're gonna fucking fall, man. But you can't live in the middle road, right? So my mind's like, look, you're gonna have to figure out this vibration thing. Either you're gonna vibrate over here, you're gonna vibrate over there, but either way it goes, we got to get stronger in this, or we're never gonna fly. Okay, we got to get halfway there and fall. And so I started to understand why I was having that dream recurring. Okay, and so after figuring out what it meant and stuff like that, and going, you know, just going through different phases in life, you grow and you learn how to interpret these things. It made no sense to me back then. This is something that I figured out later, and sometimes that's how dream interpretation works. You don't always know right away what the hell the dream meant. You don't know what the experience means until later, after you're like, okay, that was the process of growth, or whatever that thing might be. So I'll tell you about a different type dream that occurs with a lot of people in my family, actually. And some of them won't admit it, but it does happen to a lot of people, and it is very strange. So every time someone in the family, and we're talking like close-knit, you know, first cousins type deal, every time someone in the family gets pregnant or someone passes away or something like that, we either have a dream of fishes, okay, so we're either seeing fish, like, like last time this happened, and my youngest daughter, my wife got pregnant. I was dreaming that I was like on and I'm not racist, guys, so don't take this the wrong way, but I was dreaming that like I was on a Mexican fish farm, okay, and like I went there and it was a shitty job and it was hard and we were fishing, and for some reason I'm on this pier and there's just all this water splashing around and there's like no fish at all, and then all of a sudden I get over there and I'm like, for a my cast out to try to get the fish, and we got like these goggle things on the pier and shit. It was so stupid. It made no sense at all. But eventually, it was just like so many fish. I was like, there's nothing I could do. You know, there were buckets and nothing would save me. Okay, there was fucking fish everywhere. And then I woke up from the dream. And, you know, this wasn't the first time I had a fish dream. So I immediately knew, like, yeah, Bran, you're fucking pregnant, aren't you? You know, like, you're pregnant. And that's how it rolled. You know, you start to be able to communicate directly with your subconscious mind, okay? It can tell you stuff. So the opposite can also occur where it's something that's happening right now in your life. Your mind knows what's going on. You may be oblivious, and it's like, hey, yeah, this is what's happening, whether you like it or not, you know? So dream interpretation is important, and you got to learn to be able to read those symbols, right? So the next one is numbers, and we're talking about numbers. So with the fish, like I said, it was just infinite numbers. It was flowing, and there was nothing I could do, right? Numbers. So the next one is characters. Hang on, I'm seeing a comment here. I'll get to your comments in a second. I want to go ahead and finish this thought. So the next one is characters, and with characters in your dream, that's a whole nother realm of discussion. So when it comes to characters, if it's somebody that you know, okay, that appears in your dream, it does not necessarily mean that it's something specifically going on with that person. You got to realize that first of all. Sometimes you put a person there and they represent someone else. They can be the same energy as someone else, but that's the person that you can relate it to, or that your mind can relate it to when it's trying to get the message across. So understand that when you're dealing with characters. Now, specifically, we were concerned with our character. What are you doing in the dream? Not so much the other characters in the dream, but what's happening with you. You have to realize or figure out which perspective the dream is happening from first. So is it happening directly to you, or is it a third person perspective, or are you actually someone else? Okay, so that's a weird sort of thing that you have to try to figure out with dreams, because sometimes it may not even be you that it's actually happening to in the dream. Okay, and so with the characters, you have to understand that your mind's going to pick the easiest route, or to try to get the message across. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It's going to pick the easiest route, the most simplistic way that it can piece together this puzzle to then give to you to figure out. Its job isn't to decipher. Okay, the subconscious mind doesn't decipher. It just manifests. Okay, it just makes shit happen. Makes your heart beat, makes you breathe, makes you blink. It doesn't care. So it's just going to get pieces and throw you a puzzle and go, hey, something's wrong, or hey, pay attention to this, or I need to tell you something. And you got to figure out what it's trying to say. Okay, it's the same thing with your physical body when you're awake. And this is where the psychology comes in, because people don't understand this. So when we're talking about like goetic demons and stuff, these are characters that exist within the subconscious mind. At least that's the way that Crowley said that they should be understood. A lot of teachers, and of course myself, is telling everyone this is the way they should be understood, because it really is true. Even with the people that are believers, okay, that are 100% believers. Oh, it's the spirits. Okay, fantastic. You believe that. But understand this. Even for those people that are the believers, they attach to a certain spirit because it vibrates on a certain frequency with them. Okay, so it's still a part of them. That's why they pick those deities. So you have to understand this is psychology. Okay, so with all of this stuff, these are the various characters that exist within a person's mind. Okay, and they're going to come out in whatever context is necessary when you start to try to work with this stuff. Okay, so when you are looking at the characters in your dreams, this could be anyone, and they could be anything, and it doesn't mean that it's connected directly to the physical people directly in that way. Okay, what we're looking at with the characters is what's happening with us. Okay, is the dream happening directly to us? And then you have to think, why is it happening directly to me? What could this possibly mean, right? If you're a third person, right, and you're seeing it from a third person perspective, then you have to wonder, well, why is this happening to them? And how is it related still to me? Because you're still dreaming about it. Okay. So then you get that interesting connection of, why am I seeing this? Why is this happening to them? Why do I need to perceive this message specifically, right? And then sometimes messages can be a little construed, but this goes to that last part of, perhaps you're a different person altogether, okay? And I've had this perspective too. Sometimes I'm actually not a person in the dream at all. I'm just there witnessing something, okay? Like, I guess you could say I'm a ghost and it's really happening to them. And then this last perspective is when I'm a different character inside the dream. And I've been all kinds of people. I've been female in dreams. I've been animals in dreams. I've been all kinds of stuff. You wouldn't believe it. But this just really all boils down to how awake a person's subconscious mind and intuition truly is. When you have that imagination, your mind can go to that place. And so I've been all kinds of shit in my dreams. And so it's like, for instance, I was this one dream, I was a bird and I was flying, and I ran into a tree. Okay, and then I fell and I was like paralyzed. I'm like, no, like, oh fuck, how am I gonna start flying again? I ran into a tree. I'm gonna die. And the message I interpreted from that was, it had nothing to do with actually being a bird that was out hurt somewhere, and I was like, tuning into some injured bird. The message is that I was flying blind. I was like a little baby bird, and I was just trying to speed through the air like I knew what was going on, but I really didn't know anything. And then when I looked, to the side and thought I was flying free and clear, that's when I hit the tree. When I was assuming that I knew what was going on, but I didn't know anything, and that's what fucking killed me. And so that's a different type of way that you can start to look at dreams, okay? Why things are happening, why were you that other character, and what's going on in the dream. So they are always related to you, okay? Always related to you in some way, because it's your mind's, your subconscious mind's way of trying to communicate something directly to you, okay? So with that said, I'm going to shut up and look at some questions. What's up, Carlos? Let me scroll back up, because I did see some coming in. Cool. What's up, Sean? Rhino says, how to interpret the subconscious whilst unconscious, if you will. That, I don't know, that confuses me. How to interpret the subconscious while unconscious. Well, you'd have to be conscious to interpret anything. So, Rhino, also, it's very much possible to dream die. Yes, people think that it's not possible to die in your dreams, but you can die in your dreams. You don't die in the physical world when you do die in your dreams, but it's scary, and you can die in your dreams and you'll still wake up, but yeah, it's horrible and you actually die. Yeah, that could happen to you in your dreams. Some people think that it can't, but it can. The other thing that happens in dreams and is very valid is feeling pain. I've felt excruciating pain in my dreams, and so people say, oh, you can't feel pain. The fuck you can't. Yes, you can, and it sucks. Rhino, I forgot fish farms was an actual profession. Laughing my ass off. It is, dude. It's actually a profession.
Really? You told them?
Yes, I told them about the fish farm brand. She wasn't here. Now she's here. And I just read the fish farm comment. I told him, look, see, this is how you know the stuff that I'm telling you guys is real. My wife wasn't even here. Now she's behind camera. I'll make her come over here for a second. Come over here. Tell them about the fish farm thing. So what happened with the fish? Tell them about first of all, what kind of fish farm was it?
It was a Mexican fish farm.
And then what happened? What happened there? What was the dream? What happened after the dream anyway?
Oh, I was pregnant.
See, this shit really happened.
It's been almost every time that I've gotten pregnant, he's had some kind of dream. Like his friend Jesse, a while ago, like this was years ago when me and him first got together. He had a dream that me and his friend were naked splashing around in the bathtub. And that next day, we found out that his girlfriend was pregnant. And I was never naked splashing around in the
First
bathtub.
of all, I was pissed off that I had a dream that she was splashed around my friend.
Because we were living with him.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that was my first interpretation, was she's got to be screwing him, or something. And but actually, it turned out that he was pregnant, or that his girlfriend was pregnant. And it made sense because after I thought about the splashing in the tub and stuff, I turned around and I saw the fish. It was fish on the wall, like stickers. I didn't even pay attention to that because I was so pissed off about the tub. But this stuff really happens to me, and you can really,
oh my goodness,
and you really can tap into your subconscious mind. It's a real thing, people. It's not just all mumbo jumbo,
His mother has also had water, fish dreams every time.
It's a family thing.
She's
It
known
really
that
is.
I'm pregnant before that I do. She'll call me and be like, "Hey, are you pregnant?" And I'll be like, "No, I don't think so." And she'll be like, "Well, maybe you should check because I think you are."
Yeah, you were kind of on camera, but that's
Sorry.
okay. So yeah, I mean, this is it's real. You can develop the ability to divine your intuition, to tap into your intuition, to whoa, almost kicked my camera stand over, to be able to astral travel and do all this sort of weird stuff that people think is so weird. It's really not. It's natural stuff. It's all natural abilities that we all possess. It's really just a matter of learning how to, like I said, focus in to your own intuitive abilities. Okay, there's a process to learning this. And let me get back to the questions here. Carlos says, are there any herbs one can take that can help induce lucid dreaming? So there's some myths about stuff that can help with dreaming and stuff like that. I've got some astral oils from several companies and stuff like that. So here's the thing. The best thing that's going to help with trying to do anything that has to do with dreaming is just learning how to be more conscious when you go into meditative states. You have to learn to be more conscious in trance states. And that's what's going to allow you to be more lucid and stuff like that in your dreams. So the best way to work on that is not only with meditation, but let's say you could get some vitamins, something like melatonin, which will help you sleep at night. And, you take your melatonin just to help you sleep, if you need to, but they have natural ones you can take as well. You take that just as a way to help induce your sleep. But as the sleep is coming on, once you, sorry, I'm getting alerts. But as the sleep is coming on, once you're starting to feel it take effect and you're starting to get tired, your job is then to stay awake mentally. Okay. So you're going to try to combat this with your conscious mind, trying to stay awake to realize the process that is occurring. Now, what will happen, okay, so just be aware of this. What will happen if you're successful with doing this is that you're going to start to have sleep paralysis. Okay, you're going to get down to the point where you're conscious during your sleep paralysis. Most people are not conscious during that point. Okay, they've already reached the blackout phase. So they're not conscious of the sleep paralysis and stuff like that. So if you do consciously get down there, it's going to be scary when you're laying and your body's paralyzed and you're conscious of everything that's going on, but you cannot move. Okay. This is a super deep level of trance that some people cannot get to intentionally. Okay. Usually someone has to put you there, or you naturally go there when you're going to sleep. Yes, I'm talking about sleep paralysis.
Sucks.
When you get there, don't get scared. Hallucinations will occur because that is step 7. Okay. Of the 7 steps of trance. That is step 7. When you get down to those hypnagogic states, hallucinations are going to occur. So if you have some pent up fears, or you think the boogeyman's under your bed, that's when he's going to actually crawl out and come get you. So just be aware, understand you are still dreaming, and fight through it. Okay. Fight through it, persevere. When you get past that fear point and the paralysis point, you crack into the dream world. You can go straight in consciously. Okay. Now, Martha's saying something about poppy, star anise, and yarrow. Yeah, and I touched on the different herbs and stuff. But, I mean, truthfully, scientifically speaking, that stuff is not going to actually help you with awakening any secret, mental stuff. It's just herbs. I mean, to be honest. If it worked like that, then everyone would be around taking that stuff and popping into the dream world all the time. But it doesn't work in that way, okay? But, yeah, that's the real way you can start to try to tap into it, okay? This is going to be a teaching process of learning to do it yourself consciously. The herbs, all that other stuff, and the crutches are great, but you need to get past crutches if you want to develop real magic, right? It has to be your own power. And so empower your own spirit to get to that point where you're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to succeed at doing this. And then push to stay conscious as you go down to those deep levels, okay? So with that said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been 30 minutes, okay? So much love. Much love, and I will see you guys in the next one.